Okay, I'm at Lisa Hill's house, and for this walkway, I don't think this is going to be as important as this walkway, but you might reset those two stones there. And I would say you might reset this one stone here that's got a big lip. So just 3 stones. I think the rest of the walkway is fine. You can keep that somewhat rustic. Okay. We could probably also power wash it for you. It'll clean up some of the growth and give you a little more green, a little bit more clean color on your bluestone. Okay. The wall is in good shape. This was the walkway that we talked about possibly resetting. Now, one idea, this is actually in pretty good shape. And again, it's not going to be perfect like it's set on top of concrete because it's going to shift with the earth every winter with frost heave. But this is in pretty good shape. One option is you leave everything, you put it on top of a gravel footing when you shift this over, and it'd be a lot less costly than have to rip this all up and put in concrete. Especially since this is a really tight area, it's going to be impossible to get a machine in here to dig it out. Okay, so I would actually, if I was you from an investment perspective, I would just reset it on top of a gravel footing rather than put concrete in. I think it's going to be too costly by the time you have to dig this out by hand. Okay, so the idea then would be is you have about 15 inches of space, and this ends up going straight with the wall. Okay, because it's going to be important you have an equal amount of space. The wall, I'm hoping, is somewhat linear or parallel with the house. I'm assuming it is. I'll check it now with a tape measure before I leave. But then we're talking about lifting up all these stones in here, all the way down, digging this out on the right side, putting in gravel, compacting it in properly, and then resetting all the stone. So I'd say even replacing, moving the step and doing the step over again. So it's from here down to there, okay? We talked about taking out the Helleborus and putting something else or another option for that. Okay. From a cost perspective too, you could decide you just want to leave lawn in here on this side if you wanted to for 15 inches. It would be nice to put the Liriope, but again, from a cost perspective, you could decide to do that. That's not going to grow great because you don't get a ton of sunlight here. The sun hangs out in the south and the west, which is over here, so you don't get a ton of sun, but it's an idea. Okay, and then from a light perspective, I'd say you probably want to get 3 lights in here underneath these birch trees. Okay. Potentially 1 path light over here so that when people can walk through this way at nighttime. So a path light here. Then there's 2 lights in here. Brick lights have to be replaced. 1, 2. This brick light replaced. That's 3. 4 brick lights. 5 brick lights. 6 brick lights. The thing is, we got to check to see if the wire that connects to each one of these brick lights is still active, meaning does it still electrical conduit that we can run through it. If it's not connected, then it kind of opens up a can of worms because then you're going to have to go through the wall to connect a wire to it. So that's just something to point out. Okay. And if I was you, I would use a dark brown mulch versus a light brown. This is almost reddish in color. So we usually prefer to use dark brown, but if you like this color, we could get this as well. And we'll get like a nicer mulch, it's a finer grind. This has a big hunks of sticks in it, whereas ours is going to be more of a consistent chip size. It'll look nicer than what you currently have. Okay. So one more walk around, just make sure I got all the information I need. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrangeas. The hollies I would junk in the back. There's 3 big hydrangeas over here that are like 6 feet tall. You get the groupings of iris. The boxwoods are going to stay where they are. Some boxwoods stay where they are. Okay. these inkberry holly come out. There's another hydrangea over here, which is nice. We'll save that. I think you could save the one rhododendron, get rid of this, and then transplant this one. Transplant one of these. I don't think you need to move all three. Just transplant one. These are in good shape. These all come out. These don't look good. Replace those with the grasses. And you might end up doing those blue hydrangeas through here where the gravel is, but you have to extend the bed. You might have to extend the bed and get some more gravel. So that's, you know, or you mulch it. I don't know why they necessarily put gravel here. We got to ask you about that, but maybe mulching will look better. That's it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.